In the last part, we saw that Luo achieved an incredible feat by defeating King Hemral. Not only that, but teaming up with Ice Peak Master, he obtained many treasures and 7 pieces of the precious map. Pleased with this and seeing Luo's capability, the City Lord wanted to take him into the Universe Sea. Now this part begins right where the most magnificent and powerful avatar of Chaos City Lord stands right in front of Luo Feng, the City Lord true form. With this, Luo Feng was now about to take his very first step into the Universe Sea. The moment he sees the City Lord, Luo Feng greets him, and both set out on their journey to the Universe Sea. In the next scene, we are shown a glimpse of those mysterious cultivators who had made King Hemral their pawn and handed over that black wood to him. From their conversation, it becomes absolutely clear that these cultivators pose a massive threat to our original universe. On the way, the City Lord says, Luo, the most important thing in the Universe Sea is the path of travel. Not just any random person can enter there. Although there are 2 paths to go there, the one visible in front of us, the Toya black hole, is the most correct and safest way to reach there. As both move closer to that black hole, the compression power there becomes so incredibly strong that it could crush even great cosmic lords in a matter of seconds. As soon as Luo Feng and the City Lord reach right in front of the black hole, the City Lord says, Luo, this is that Toya black hole, which is merely a few meters wide, and right beyond it lies the Universe Sea. We will have to pass through the center of this black hole to go there. Just thinking about all these things, Luo Feng was feeling a strange fear deep inside. Just then, the City Lord further explained, the entire Universe Sea is mainly divided into 3 major regions, Kafon Realm, Lonken Mountain, and Cosmic Vessel. Saying this without wasting any time, both enter inside that black hole, where the terrifying pressure was enough to pierce the very soul. Luo Feng began to see his own body stretching across several different dimensions. Due to that chaotic pressure, the shape of Luo Feng's body was constantly changing, and his hands and legs began to twist and shrink badly. Seeing the situation worsen, the City Lord immediately grabbed Luo Feng's hand and completely protected Luo Feng with his tremendous aura. Moving forward from there, when both looked back at their original universe one last time, they took a deep breath and moved ahead on the journey. Looking at the original universe, Luo says in surprise, there are countless species in this vast original universe. And looking at this, I fail to understand how Grand Teacher Yuan challenged it. I cannot even believe this thought. The City Lord says, as you advance further and progress in your cultivation, you will easily understand this. Grand Teacher Yuan's cultivation was even beyond the original universe. Even I have not found anyone yet who has achieved this pinnacle. When you can reach the level of Teacher Yuan, only then will you automatically understand the mystery of all these secrets. Moving forward, the City Lord introduces Luo to all the fine details of the Universe Sea. He says, we cannot use teleportation here in the Universe Sea, nor can we enter the Dark Universe at light speed. Hearing this, Luo said, in that case, the fear of getting lost here will always remain. At this, the City Lord said, you said absolutely right, Luo, and that is why we need a highly accurate map to explore here. The 39 wormholes you see in front of you have been completely searched by our alliance and their map has been created. Therefore you can safely explore here. As they move further ahead, they see the mini-universe of a cosmic lord who has been killed, and because of this, his mini-universe is also lying here gathering dust along with him. The City Lord further explains, there are 2 strongest holy lands in the Universe Sea, and all the rest are free cultivators. These 2 holy lands have learned the skill to survive the cosmic destruction cycles that have come so far. Therefore, they have the finest masters among them, and there is no match for the power of their ancestors. Encouraging Luo, he says, I know you have not become a cosmic lord yet, but I have full faith in you that on the strength of your capability, you will be able to safely get yourself out of any difficult situation, and coming here will also make it possible for you to make a breakthrough. Moving forward, both reach in front of the Kafon Realm, which is one of the 3 largest regions of the Universe Sea. The peak of the largest mountain here is more than 98.2 million light-years high. This single mountain is larger than any cluster in its original universe. The City Lord says, just imagine, Luo, all these stone fragments that look like they are right around it are also equal to 1 light-year. It is not very difficult to explore the outer part of this mountain, but if anyone wants to search inside its inner part, great cultivators went there but never returned. Only the strongest cultivators of the universe can go there, and far from searching its core area, no one has even seen it yet. No one has been able to go there till date. He further says, right now we are about 100 light years away from it, but still, look how massive its size is. Bases of many clans are built in this mountain. A base of our alliance is also present here, and right now Huge Axe has gone to explore the inner area of the Kafon realm so that the human alliance can get some supreme treasure. That is why we have built this base. Upon reaching the base, Luo greets everyone present there and they all start drinking wine together to celebrate Luo's arrival. But in the middle of the gathering, Saucy Lord, who was present at the table, considers Luo a weak cultivator and begins to underestimate him. He interrupts and says, "You shouldn't have come here so early. I have heard that you possess very special treasures. This place is thousands of times more dangerous than the original universe. If something happens to you, all these treasures will be lost from our hands, and do you know how big of a loss the entire alliance will suffer? Are you even listening to me or not?" In reality, while Saucy Lord was saying these things, Luo's mind was somewhere else, and he was thinking about something else. But in response, he remains extremely calm and says, "You don't need to worry, I have made all my preparations well." Taking control of the conversation to ease the tension, the City Lord says, "If you ever get trapped in such a difficulty, immediately send a distress signal to the Alliance. Whoever is in the area closest to you will immediately reach there to help you." While all these conversations were going on among them, on the other side, Luo's teacher Zoranko makes solid arrangements for Luo's protection from his end. He talks to Luo with the help of his transmission token. When Luo tells him that he is currently in the Kafon realm, the teacher says, "I want you to never forget to contact me in any kind of trouble." Indeed, anyone would want the guidance and shadow of a teacher like Zoranko by their side. Amidst this conversation, he was thinking in his heart that I have waited for this moment for many centuries. Now the mystery of this secret will only be revealed to us in the upcoming episode. In the next scene, inside the water of the Kafon realm, we see some strange species. Just then, Saucy Lord passes very quickly near them, because of which those species get terribly scared and immediately start sending signals to their clan. Meanwhile, Saucy Lord was thinking in his mind that the City Lord has pampered Luo a bit too much. When he gets into some trouble, then I will lecture him well. He is showing off too much in front of me. But just then, suddenly, Saucy Lord's entire space is blocked. He finds out that right next to him stands Amyang Lord, a highly powerful member of the Divine Eye clan, one of the strongest clans of the First Era. Amyang Lord had also recognized Saucy Lord. As soon as Saucy Lord tries to run away from there, Amyang Lord traps him in his dangerous frozen sea technique. Saucy Lord panics and says, "What will you get by fighting with me? I don't even have any valuable treasure, Amyang Lord." Taunting him at this, Amyang says, "Whether I gain anything or not, I can certainly practice my cultivation by fighting with you." Saving himself from this deadly trouble, Saucy Lord was thinking in his mind, "What luck! Where I was about to taunt Luo for his weakness, and now right here in front of me this arrogant Amyang is standing like death. Perhaps now I am the one who will need help, because my own life is at great stake here." To deal with Amyang, I must call the City Lord or Ponjin Lord at all costs, because this is simply beyond the capacity of others. Over here, as soon as the City Lord sees Saucy Lord's distress signal with him, he falls into deep thought. He says, "I am many light years away from there. Even if I want to, I won't be able to reach there on time." Therefore, he immediately tracks down Ponjin Lord's location. But unfortunately, his location was also very far away from Saucy Lord. When the other cultivators also see this signal, one of them says, "Admittedly, there is no match between me and Amyang Lord, but in this time of trouble I still have to go." On the other side, Luo had also received this distress signal. Seeing this, Babata immediately taunts and says, "Look, Luo, a while ago he was showing so much attitude to you, and now look, he himself has ground into trouble." But before Babata could finish her words, Luo, without wasting a single moment, had left at supersonic speed to save Saucy Lord's life. But by the time Luo could reach there, over here on the battlefield, Amyang Lord was beating poor Saucy Lord brutally and leaving him half dead. A cultivator from the Hong Alliance makes a failed attempt to help Saucy, but he fails to pierce Amyang's frozen sea domain. Now, except for watching Saucy die right before his eyes, he had no other option left. Over here, no matter how many times Saucy Lord strikes Amyang, Amyang heals himself in a moment with his tremendous regeneration power. With every passing moment, Saucy Lord's condition was getting from bad to worse. To save himself, Saucy tries to raise a massive flame tornado and hide inside it. But before Amyang's terrifying strength, his flame tornado collapses in just a snap. Right after this, Amyang lands a tremendous and deadly punch, slamming Saucy to the ground and leaving him half dead. Saucy started thinking in his mind that perhaps the City Lord and Ponjin Lord are not going to arrive here on time, and my end is written right here today. When Saucy had lost all his hopes and left himself to fate just then, Amyang looks at him cruelly and steps forward to end his game forever. Amyang completely freezes Saucy in the ice of the frozen sea with his power, and just exactly 1 second before his final strike, we see a shining golden-colored light moving towards Saucy, as if a new lifeline had arrived for him. Believe me, friends, this scene will force you to jump out of your seat. Luo Feng's grand entry had taken place on the field. The moment he stepped there, he activated his ultimate Golden Kingdom domain, which completely shattered Amyang's strong frozen sea into pieces. Without wasting any time, Luo tells Saucy to come out of that ice, and in this way, Saucy's life is saved by a hair's breadth. Seeing Luo become his shield in this time of trouble, Saucy begins to feel extremely ashamed of his past behavior. On the other side, seeing this condition of his powerful domain, Amyang could not believe his eyes that someone so strong could be born in the original universe. He becomes curious to know who this mysterious cultivator finally is, and with this intention he begins to move toward Luo. As he moves closer, he senses that this is actually an unmatched combination of two great powers. One is the domain of the Flame Sand Cup, which clearly meant that King Hemrul has been killed, and the other is the incredible strength of the Space Law hidden in this golden light. As soon as Amyang comes right in front of Luo and stops in the air, he asks in a harsh tone, "Who are you? I have never seen you here before today." At this, Luo Feng says with full swag and attitude, "Now your desire to practice must have been fulfilled, so now we are leaving from here." Saying this much, Luo takes Saucy with great pride and flees from there at lightning speed, and the arrogant Amyang is just left rubbing his hands in anger. Saucy Lord, Luo Feng, and that other cultivator of the Hong Alliance reach a safe place and talk. Saucy Lord thanks Luo with great respect and says, "Luo, please forgive my foolishness. From today, consider me your brother. This brother of yours is ready to go through any fire or water for you." In response, Luo says with great simplicity, "Saucy Lord, there is no need for this. If there were any other cultivator of our alliance in your place, I would have done the same. We all are part of the same alliance, so we will always keep helping each other. By the way, you have been exploring here for many centuries. So how did you cross paths with a guy like Amyang?" Saucy Lord takes a deep breath and says, "Amyang is actually of my same cultivation level, but his combat experience is several times more than mine. On top of that, his unique healing power supports him. No matter how many times I injured him in the battle, he immediately kept healing back to how he was before each time." He further warns Luo, saying, "Luo, you should also stay very careful of these guys from the Divine Eye clan. They have more than 100 cosmic lords, and 7 of their cultivators are considered the universe's strongest, who have even crossed the Great Destruction Cycle." In the next scene, Luo Feng again gets busy with his exploration. Traveling alone, he starts thinking in his mind that if I face the big cultivators of the Divine Eye clan, I can escape from there on the strength of my techniques, but my power is not so much yet that I can defeat them convincingly. I need to focus much more on my training and cultivation. In the next scene, we see Amyang, who comes to meet his friend Jave Lord. Seeing Amyang empty-handed, Jave says in surprise, "You went to finish off Saucy Lord forever, right? So did you finish your work so quickly?" At this, Amyang says structural irritation, "I would have ended Saucy's game today if that new cultivator hadn't arrived there at the exact moment. In terms of cultivation, his level was lower than mine, but on the strength of his domain treasures, he rescued Saucy from my grasp and fled." Hearing this, Jave falls into thought and says, could he be the Milky Way Lord Luo Feng who is in the headlines these days? I have also heard a lot of discussion about him recently. Anyway, don't take this to heart. I will find a tremendous and rare treasure for you, because I have found some very special clues inside the water of the Kafon realm. See, in our next meeting you will become extremely happy. Saying this much, Jave sets out on her new treasure hunt journey with full confidence. Moving forward at one place, Jave suddenly starts getting strange energy fluctuations in space. As she curiously goes closer and looks, she sees a massive vertex there, which was completely locked from all sides by magical light curtains. Seeing this, her excitement knows no bounds, and she understands that something very big is definitely hidden here. Without wasting any time, as soon as she steps inside, she sees another mysterious layer ahead. Becoming completely excited, she says to herself that this must definitely be a highly powerful supreme treasure, which is why such complex patterns are present on its way. Sensing the unknown danger hidden there, Jave did not want to take any risk, so she used her most trusted Supreme Palace treasure to go inside. She sits safely inside that flying palace, and on the strength of its protection, crosses the 8 massive layers of light one after another with great ease. But after this, as soon as she enters inside that last and 9th layer, a terrifying and blindingly bright light flashes across the entire space. That deadly light was so powerful that in a matter of moments, it burned Jave to ashes along with that supreme palace. By the time Jave could understand anything or retreat from there, she was completely finished. As soon as Jave dies, her life tracker immediately shuts down, seeing which the 3rd elder of the Divine Eye clan falls into a deep shock. Without wasting a single moment, he makes an emergency call to all the members of the clan, and gives this bad news that Jave is no longer in this world. Hearing this, an atmosphere of chaos spreads across the entire clan, because killing a powerful cultivator like Jave so suddenly and mercilessly was not possible even for the strongest cultivators of the universe. Seeing the situation become serious, the 3rd elder explains to everyone that there are many such unsolved secrets and places in the Kaphon realm where we cannot even think about the deadly dangers. He further tells that Jave was tracked for the last time near the area 193293, so all of you go there immediately and investigate this entire matter with great caution. As soon as they get permission from the 3rd elder, all the masters of the clan set out to find Jave and locate clues about her death. But since there was no limit to the size of the entire Kaphon realm, and it was incredibly vast, finding any clue of Jave there was as impossible as finding a needle in a haystack. After investigating that dangerous area for a long time and putting in all their effort, when no one gets anything in their hands, all the other cultivators return to their base one by one after getting tired and giving up. But our young lord was not one to give up. Even after the clan returns, he continues to search for clues there alone consistently, because Jave was his most special and dearest friend. In the blink of an eye, a long time of 30 million years passes by. Cultivating hard for such a long time, Luo Feng had now reached near a highly massive waterfall of the Kaphon Realm mountain. Looking at the site there, Luo thinks to himself that for the first time I am feeling such a terrifying and dreadful force of this waterfall. But no matter what happens, I will definitely go to the peak of this mountain one day and prove my strength. Moving a little further from there, Luo could now clearly see the mountain peak from a distance. But just then suddenly, a very strong and strange vibration begins to occur in the silver wings present on his back. Seeing this sudden movement in the wings, Babata and Ataka AI leave all their work and jump with joy. This clearly meant that after so many years of waiting, finally, the rare 3rd part of the silver wings is present in this very area. Getting this tremendous hint, Luo, without wasting a single moment, immediately decides to go in the direction of that vibration and takes a powerful dive straight into the water. As he was moving ahead into the depths of the water, the vibration of his wings increased so much that Luo was forced to use his divine energy to forcibly hold them back, so that his wings would not fly off on their own toward that 3rd part. After hard struggle, when Luo finds out the perfect location of that treasure, he swims and reaches straight to the same place where some time ago Jave Lord had to lose her life. Friends, do you understand what this means? Yes, you are thinking absolutely right. This straight away means that those terrifying 9 layers that Jave tried to cross to get the treasure was none other than the most special 3rd part of Luo's silver wings. Moving forward in the story, Luo very carefully reaches the exact same place under the water where that massive vertex was present, which was completely covered by magical light curtain. As soon as he crosses this, another mysterious layer of light comes right in front of Luo. Now, before stepping inside this, the clever Babata senses the danger, and stopping Luo, says, "Luo, we should first send our Musha clone inside, because there could be a very big and deadly danger ahead." Luo also finds this advice of Babata absolutely right, and he immediately sends his Musha clone ahead into that layer of light. As the Mosha clone was moving forward inside one after another, several layers of light kept opening along the way. But as we all know, the real death and the most terrifying danger was lying in wait behind that last and ninth layer. The moment the Mosha clone takes its first step inside that ninth layer, the destructive light energy present there tears its body to shreds in the blink of an eye and scatters it into several pieces. Standing outside, when Luo sees this dreadful death of the clone with his own eyes, he gets completely terrified deep within. Seeing her cultivator so scared, Babata asks with concern, "Are you alright, Luo? What exactly happened inside?" Luo takes a deep breath and says with absolute shock, "What kind of monster is this that blew away my Mosha clone's strong cosmic level body into thin air before the blink of an eye?" Luo was not in the mood to give up so easily, so refusing to accept defeat, he sends his Mosha clone inside for the second time, but this time he tells it to use its special talent technique. On the strength of that amazing technique, this time the Mosha clone manages to survive inside for a few moments longer, but unfortunately the result remains the same this time too. The destructive light flashes again and the Mosha clone scatters into thin air like a straw once more. Instead of being shocked by this deadly attack, Luo and Babata become extremely happy in their hearts, because they knew this rule of the cultivation world very well, that where the danger is most terrifying, an unmatched and valuable treasure will be hidden there. Now, to cross beyond that ninth layer, Luo tries a brilliant trick. He repeatedly sends his Mosha clone inside to repeat its talent technique, and each time just before the clone shatters, he moves forward bit by bit through its eyes. After consistent multiple attempts, finally a time comes when amidst that destructive light, Luo catches a blurry glimpse of those wings for the very first time. Although the next moment his Mosha clone shatters into pieces again, this time Luo had known the truth with his own eyes. Becoming highly excited, he says to Babata, "Babata, silver wings are indeed present inside there, and their size is incredibly massive. Now I have started to feel that in reality those are the real wings, and the pair we have is just a small piece of them." Hearing this, Babata widens her eyes and says in a joking tone, "Oh, that means those wings are the father of our wings." At this, Luo smiles and says, "Yes, Babata, and that is no ordinary thing but an extremely powerful supreme treasure." Before Luo could think of any other strategy to obtain that supreme treasure, suddenly a familiar, terrifying frozen ocean power begins to spread all around under the water. Sensing this icy energy, Luo's mind alerts him, and he immediately understands that Amyang Lord must be wandering somewhere around here. Now if Amyang found out about this vertex, he could reach straight to the silver wings. Therefore, to hide that supreme treasure from the clan's eyes, Luo moves forward on his own accord and goes to stand right in front of Amyang. Seeing Luo suddenly in front of him, a wicked smile appears on Amyang's face. Filled with extreme pride, he says, "Wow, today the prey has walked to the hunter on its own. What a surprise, Luo Feng. Last time you used your cleverness to take Soul Sea and escape from my clutches, but remember, I will absolutely not let that happen today." At this, Luo also replies back with full swag, "Who overpowers whom, Amyang, only the coming time will tell." As soon as he finishes speaking, Luo activates his dangerous Flame Sand Cup domain without wasting a single moment, but Amyang was a highly experienced cosmic lord, so this domain does not make any significant difference on him. Sensing the situation, Luo gathers his full strength and moves forward with his sharp sword to strike directly at Amyang. But as we know, Amyang was a highly powerful level 4 cosmic lord. He very easily and quickly dodges Luo's tremendous strike, and in the blink of an eye, launches a powerful counterattack on Luo with his heavy weapon. Due to this strong blow, Luo slides back several meters in the air. Now Luo also well understood that Amyang Lord is indeed extremely powerful and cannot be taken lightly. Luo regains his footing and, increasing his blade's power even more, attacks Amyang with full force once again. But Amyang's combat experience was amazing. He disappears from his spot in a flash and appears right behind Luo to launch a tremendous counterattack on him. This time Amyang was in the mood to completely finish Luo's game. Swinging his weapon in the air, he creates a terrifying and mysterious black hole. The massive gravitational force of that black hole takes Luo into its grasp, due to which Luo loses his body balance and comes straight to his knees. Now Luo was completely trapped under the pressure of that black hole, and could not even move. Taking advantage of this, Amyang laughs cruelly and raises his weapon high up in the air to deliver his final and deadly strike upon Luo. Right then, Luo's blood cloud clone, which was actually a highly secret and terrifying avatar of his teacher Zoranko, makes an entry into the battlefield at the exact moment. Arriving there, he lands such a strong and tremendous blow on Amyang that even Amyang's unique regeneration power is completely neutralized, and he was unable to heal himself even in a single moment. As soon as he sees the most notorious and terrifying Blood Cloud Master of the universe right in front of him grinding his teeth in anger, he begins to say, "What is the point of you getting involved in this fight, Blood Cloud Master? After all, why are you breeding enmity with me for this ordinary cultivator?" At this, Blood Cloud Master replies with full dominance and attitude, "Whose matter I interfere in and whom I leave alive, am I going to do that now by asking you?" With the arrival of Blood Cloud Master, the direction of this entire fight had now completely turned 180 degrees. Where Luo was on his knees a few moments ago, now the tables had completely turned in their favor. Without wasting any time, Luo signals to Blood Cloud, explaining that today is a good opportunity. We will erase the very existence of this arrogant Amyang from this world forever. As soon as Luo Feng says to Blood Cloud Master that they will together kill Amyang, Amyang readies his weapon, and from this side, both of them launch an attack on Amyang. Amyang knew that between these two, Blood Cloud is more dangerous, so he must handle him first. Amyang strikes at Blood Cloud Master with his weapon, which Blood Cloud easily defends. But the impact is so terrifying that the nearby planets shatter completely. But just then, Luo makes a deadly strike at Amyang with his blade, and Amyang defends it at the last moment. But then, Blood Cloud attacks him, which Amyang fails to save, and he gets dragged backward. Amyang realizes that this is not going to work, so Amyang activates his Divine Eye power. It is so powerful that it blasts 2 planets in between and impacts Blood Cloud. Yet, fitting his status, Blood Cloud defends that attack. But how could Luo stay behind? While Amyang's attention was on Blood Cloud, Luo makes such a powerful strike on Amyang with his blade that with a single slice, one of Amyang's hands gets cut clean off. And on top of that, strike after strike from Blood Cloud. Now, doom was raining down upon Amyang from both sides, and Amyang fails to understand whom to tackle. Looking at Blood Cloud, there was no hope of mercy from Luo either. With his blade, Luo literally cuts Amyang right through the middle this time, but Amyang is immortal and possesses an amazing regeneration power, so he joins himself back together. However, joining himself so many times was rapidly draining his power, and he begins to pant. Right then, a kick from Blood Cloud, and with Luo's punches, Amyang gets crushed in the middle just like a sandwich. This time, both strike his head at the exact same time, because of which Amyang takes a trip to heaven while still alive. And after that, both of them together slice Amyang like butter. Blood Cloud takes one hand, and Luo takes one hand and a leg. The power of both combined became so immense that the fight turns completely one-sided, and Amyang understands that his safety lies only in running away. He instantly vanishes from there. Luo says to Blood Cloud, "Let him go, even if we kill him, he will just resurrect again." Luo keeps Blood Cloud inside his inner world, and Amyang leaves from there, grinding his teeth. As he leaves, he says, "Luo is only at level 4 of Cosmic Lord. I made a mistake underestimating him. I cannot stand against him, and Blood Cloud is even above level 5. I don't understand. I had blocked the space, so where did Blood Cloud come from? Was Blood Cloud already with Luo? But why would he help Luo? His personality is not one to make anyone an ally. Does this mean Blood Cloud is a human, and that's why he is saving Luo?" Amyang was already fleeing from the jaws of death, and on top of that, this loop of questions completely messes up his mind. Luo thinks, "Now I am safe inside these light curtains, no frequency works here. Come on, let's do our important work now, and take the third part of the Silver Wings." Luo gives all his precious treasures to the golden horned beast and makes it stay outside, so that even if something happens to Luo, the beast will revive him again. Luo thought this time that given the conditions there, he had no better option than the Star Tower, so he makes the Star Tower so huge that the first 8 layers are crossed in no time. Now it was the turn of the 9th layer, but as soon as the Star Tower tries to cross the 9th layer, due to its massive size, the tower gets stuck, and the blades from inside throw it out, causing Babata sitting inside to literally pull her hair out. But Luo figures out what to do, and he shrinks the Star Tower so much as if it were a dust particle. Then what? The Star Tower now easily crosses the light curtain. And not just that, because of its micro size, it was easily moving right through the light blades present there without colliding with anything. And within 1 month, due to the tower's amazing speed, it covers 5 light years. Reaching there, Luo understands for the first time that these are no simple wings like the ones he had before, but those wings are made of countless small light particles, and every single small particle is a condensed blade. That wing has its very own space domain, and from its wings silver and golden light was continuously spreading just like the sun. This view is amazing, friends. Just then, Babata spots the true source core of the wing. As soon as Luo starts moving forward to take it, such a terrifying soul attack hits him from two large scars on the wings that Luo falls straight to his knees. Luo said, "Amazing, right now I am inside the Star Tower, where a soul attack has never been able to even touch me till today. But how did this soul attack hit me inside the tower?" That soul attack was continuously telling Luo to leave. Luo's heart shuddered at such aggressive power. He thought, what kind of power is this? I have never felt such power until today, nor ever heard of it from anyone. But Luo also wanted to test himself to see how much closer he could get to it. Babata was continuously checking the distance on her monitor and says to Luo, "Luo, 36,000 kilometers, 20,000 kilometers, 10,000 kilometers." And a voice was coming from there. "Leave from here, otherwise I will kill you." Luo understood that these were empty threats. He says, "If you had to kill me, you would have attacked long ago. You are just all talk." From the other side, the exact same chant kept repeating, "Leave from here." To this, Babata says, "Brother, have you learned any other dialogue or what? I am getting bored by your constant chanting." The amazing thing is, whoever this is has no intelligence, but when it comes to power, it is incredible. Babata then says, 5,000 kilometers, 3,000 kilometers, 800 kilometers. Now these wings are within the range of our star tower, Luo. Luo goes even closer. 100 kilometers, 50 kilometers. As Luo was getting closer, the power of the soul attack began to increase terrifyingly. Now the pain of that pressure was clearly visible on Luo's face. Luo was enduring it. The distance remains 30 kilometers, 25 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 18 kilometers. Now Luo's limits were being pushed, and at 16 kilometers Luo says, "Stop!" And friends watching this, my breath hitched. At a distance of 16 kilometers, it takes Luo a whole 6 months to recover from that soul attack. Luo regains consciousness again. Now Luo could see these scars clearly. Luo thought, this is a supreme treasure, and the one who reduced it to this state must be how powerful I cannot even imagine. Luo tries to put his soul imprint on it using his divine power so that the wings accept Luo as their master, but the wings blow away Luo's divine power with just a single slice. Luo understood that divine power won't work. Luo immediately plays his next move and orders, "Star Tower, grab the wings!" The Star Tower tried to pull and grab it from all sides with its golden ropes, but the wings do not budge at all. Instead, Luo's condition worsens due to the soul power released from it. But at that very moment, another voice comes from there. "Human?" Luo asked in shock. "Is there someone else there?" "Who is there?" And then, a person forms from that golden light who says, "I am the soul of these wings, the wing spirit." That spirit says, "I had no idea that any part of me was still intact anywhere." His eyes lit up upon seeing Luo's silver wing. From the expressions on his face, it looked like this wing spirit is no simple thing. Luo thought, he saw my wings, and he asked the spirit, "What do you mean you had no idea?" He said, "After that devastating battle of my master, he was killed. All parts of the wings were scattered, and the original soul was killed too. After that I was born, and I am the second spirit of the wings. I have been able to recover only a few rare memories of that battle. My master's last battle was so terrifying that I thought I was alone in this world, and have been trapped here because of these bloodstains on my body. If you give me precious material, I will be able to separate myself from these stains." Just then another voice comes from there. "Do not trust him. He is trapping you by telling lies. Do not listen to anything he says." The core energy of the wings was telling Luo absolutely not to listen to this spirit. And on the other side, the spirit begins to beg, "Give me valuable treasures. I will recover myself, and then I will be yours." Luo listens to both of them with great patience. The wing's core does not move from its place. But from the spirit's expressions, Luo understands that something is fishy. Luo said to the spirit, "Why don't you accept me as your master? Then obviously I will get you whatever treasures you want." But hearing this, the spirit flares up in anger and said, "Becoming my master is not that easy. It requires a person with a perfect gene." Luo says, "I am that person." The spirit said, "You are just a cosmic lord. I cannot choose such a weak master. Luo understood that he is just making excuses. He thought, no problem, I will sit right here and wait, let's see who has more patience. In the blink of an eye, 6 years passed by. Luo was strengthening his willpower, and Babata and the attacker AI, bound by their habits, were having fun and taking it easy. The Star Tower, with its turtle-like pace, now reaches just a 1 kilometer distance from the wing. And then a miracle happens. Because of being close to the core of the wings, the spirit of Luo's own wings takes birth. It was making a highly innocent voice, which Luo fails to understand at first, but Babata instantly figures out that we will have to teach it how to speak because it is just a baby right now. Then what? For the next several days, Babata takes it to her side and begins conducting classes. And then when that baby starts talking, it says to Luo, I want to become even more powerful, I can make myself strong using this core energy. It also reveals that there are not 3 but a total of 6 parts to these wings. Wow! And the previous owner of the wings was terrifyingly powerful, because of which an immense amount of light energy is stored inside the core of these wings. Then what else was to happen, friends? Where Luo continues his cultivation while waiting. But gradually, the patience of that cunning winged spirit completely breaks down. It completely accepts defeat in front of the patience of Luo and says with irritation that okay, you won and I lost. I admit that you have way more patience than me. I am sending my soul light to you so you can accept it and become my master. But as soon as that cunning soul spirit sent its soul light, the new innocent winged spirit of Luo instantly alerted Luo that Master, do not fall for its words because it is completely lying. It has hidden a lot of dangerous light blades inside this soul light to kill you. Luo puts full trust in his new winged spirit, and to counter this trick he sends his Moshe clone forward for the soul binding, so that even if something happens to his clone, it can instantly revive back. Seeing the Moshe clone coming towards it, that cunning winged spirit gets furious and screams that, what are you doing? Luo gives a straight answer that I do not trust you even a little bit, so I will perform this soul binding on my clone first. Hearing this, the cunning winged spirit completely loses its mind and shows its true colors by saying that you came here to become my master. Ha! Dream on! And the very next moment, dozens of dangerous light blades come out of that binding light and chop the Moshe clone into pieces within the blink of an eye. Luo smiles and says that now you have finally shown your true colors. Luo now, without wasting any time, tells his new innocent winged spirit that you wanted to consume the core energy of this place, right? So, okay, start it right now. Seeing this, that cunning soul spirit is completely dumbfounded. It cannot believe its own eyes that the wings of Luo have also given birth to a new spirit. As soon as the winged spirit of Luo started consuming the core energy of that area, that cunning soul spirit started screaming and shouting that you cannot do this. This energy belongs to me and you cannot steal it. On this, the innocent winged spirit of Luo says that when you and I are the same, then whatever is yours is mine too. And as the core energy consumption was increasing, that cunning soul spirit was writhing in pain. It tries a lot to run away from there, but due to being tied to the soul energy, it could not go away from that place. After the stomach of the winged spirit was completely full with energy, it tells Luo that Master, my limit to consume energy is now over. I cannot store more energy right now because I am still very small. Luo says with affection that no problem, we have plenty of time. You do your work comfortably, and I will also stay here and cultivate my willpower. While doing this, a total of 1200 years pass for Luo right there. In these 1200 years, the willpower of Luo reaches its peak, seeing which the winged spirit says with surprise that Master, your willpower is now the highest in this entire universe, and nobody can compete with you in terms of willpower right now. Luo smiles and asks the winged spirit that how is your progress? It replies that Master, I have become 10 times more powerful than my previous power level. Luo says that very good. Now we have to leave from here and look for some other opportunity. When we become even stronger, then we will come back again to claim these remaining wings. That cunning soul spirit keeps screaming behind them and Luo proudly walks away from there. Right after leaving that place, Luo instantly tests the power of his new wings. As soon as he activates his Golden Kingdom power, the spread of his golden light goes from 8 light years straight to 80 light years. Seeing this, Luo, along with everyone else, just dances with pure joy. While sensing his massive Golden Kingdom domain, Luo suddenly finds a hidden passage in space which he had never seen before. Luo, without any delay, instantly leaves for that direction. Luo and everyone else were traveling safely, sitting inside their star tower, but the Moshe clone is sent flying outside so that if there is any danger outside, they can know about it beforehand. But the temperature of that passage is so terrifying that even though Moshe clone holds a Universe Lord level body, his body was turning into ashes just by touching anything over there. Luo was moving forward rapidly, but there seemed to be no end to that path. Everyone was lost in thought that even after moving at such supersonic speed, the path is not ending, and it feels like we will reach the absolute core of the Kafon Realm mountain. Now the temperature outside had increased so much that the Moshe clone starts burning completely outside, and he quickly comes back inside the Star Tower. Everyone was shocked to enter such a massive and terrifying cave. Boiling lava was flowing everywhere inside, and due to that extreme heat, the huge particles of sand floating in the air had become transparent just like a mirror, while flying the Star Tower suddenly flows into a single particle of sand as if it was sucked inside over there. But the view inside that sand particle was totally different. A tiny particle of sand was so massive inside that an entire realm could fit into it. Luo now understands everything, that every single sand particle here is not ordinary sand but a completely separate space. And this entire space is not a naturally created place, but a very powerful being has constructed it. When Luo moves forward to turn the lever of the Star Tower to go deeper into that space, Babata says with fear that Luo do not do this, because we do not know what trouble will be inside. There is so much danger here at every single moment that even a Universe Lord cannot survive for a second, so please think again. On this, Luo says while looking ahead that Babata, can you see those footprints? These are not the footprints of any ordinary human. Whoever this is, I am not going to leave this place without finding out about them. Luo instantly turns the lever of the tower and enters the vortex of a secret sand space. Babata had closed her eyes out of pure fear, but as soon as the tower reached inside after crossing that vortex, the temperature over there was extremely low and peaceful compared to the outside. Arrow King was busy polishing his suit inside, and Luo thinks that it is impossible that whoever made such a huge space made it without any solid reason. Luo scans that entire vortex while using his Golden Kingdom domain, and just then he sees a space token and a map on a mountain peak. Without wasting a single moment, the Moshe clone reaches over there. As soon as he goes there, that map is clearly seen floating in the air, which is actually the Thousand Thread map. And this map was way more massive and detailed than the map that Yuan Our Lord possessed according to light years. As Luo stepped forward to take it, suddenly a terrifying and heavy pressure falls upon him, and a booming voice echoes in the air that hums some guest has arrived here. It seems this is a solitary cultivator. It looks like the third reincarnation cycle is near. I have crossed 2 cycles myself, and I have poured all my knowledge into this map, so this map is very special. Babata checks and says that Luo, this is not a living cultivator, but it is just a consciousness left in an energy form, and the name of this great cultivator was Ji Fanzi. He has left his last message in this energy form. The message of that cultivator further says that this is a complete and secret map of this universe which has so many treasures hidden that big clans will get ready to kill each other just to acquire it. As soon as Luo scans inside that map, countless constellations are seen, and just by touching a specific spot, a massive virtual treasure vault appeared in front of Luo. The energy of Ji Fanzi further says that keep this token with you as well, because it has a secret space inside which will open only with this special token. All my treasures are present inside this. The third cycle is about to come, which will bring immense destruction. I do not want my entire knowledge to go to waste, so share this knowledge and find a way to survive in the upcoming reincarnation cycle, and pass on my knowledge to others. That token goes straight into the brain of Luo, due to which all the memory and knowledge stored inside it got permanently saved in the mind of Luo. And finally those last words of Ji Fanzi end, and his image also vanishes into thin air. After he leaves, Luo greets him with a thank you with full respect. Babata says with a bit of confusion that I do not understand, that if this knowledge was meant for everyone, then what was the point of Ji Fanzi keeping it in such a difficult and dangerous place? Luo says that this senior Ji Fanzi has done a huge favor to all of us, and his purpose was only to pass this on to those who can withstand this pressure. Babata started saying that Luo, now there is no need to go any deeper than this. Now we have the map with us, so let us go back to claim those wings. but Luo says that a very big treasure will be required to pull out those wings, and let us first open the map to see what kind of treasures Senior Jifanzi has kept for us. As soon as he opens the map, Luo sees the locations of all the secret treasures of the Universe Sea. But Luo shows wisdom and says that I will share this map first of all with my teacher Chaos City Lord and Senior Huge Axe so that our human race does not fall into any danger. After coming back from there, I will go to claim my personal treasures. Just then Luo suddenly gets a message for an emergency meeting of the Hong Alliance, and he reaches among them through the virtual universe. Upon reaching there, Huge Axe Creator enters with a very strong and heavy aura. He shows his new supreme treasure Huge Axe to everyone, which is so amazing and terrifying that now anyone will think 10 times before casting an evil eye on the human race. As soon as the Huge Axe Creator swings that axe in the air, the space fabric over there completely breaks down like glass. Seeing such a powerful and destructive axe, all the Universe Masters present there are left completely shocked and dumbfounded. Huge Axe announces, "Thanks to Luo, we now have a magnificent map of the Universe Sea, which is nothing short of a blessing for our Hong Alliance. Now we can thoroughly explore the Universe Sea without facing any massive risks." The moment Huge Axe shares the map provided by Luo, all the powerhouse cultivators present are completely stunned by its detail. Every top cultivator of the Hong Alliance stares at Luo in utter amazement. Some even look at him with deep envy, while his teacher Chaos City Lord and Ice Peak Master feel immensely proud. Huge Axe says, "Luo, in exchange for this map, the Alliance is awarding you 5,000 treasure points." When Luo politely declines, stating that Senior Jifanzi left this knowledge for the benefit of everyone and he doesn't want anything in return, Huge Axe replies, "You completely deserve this because you also need resources to grow stronger, and we cannot take unfair advantage of your generosity." Luo greets Huge Axe with deep respect, and everyone there begins to enjoy the gathering while sharing wine. In the next scene, we see Luo moving rapidly in his Star Tower Palace, arriving right in front of a terrifying region known as the Universe Boat, which is also called the Cosmic Vessel. This is a massive, 100 billion light-years wide, spaceship-like terrifying place. Even if the subtitles simply call it a giant spaceship, we all know, friends, that this is the most perilous danger zone, a Jedi, in the entire Universe Sea, known as the Universe Boat. Babata shares her knowledge, saying, quote, "Nobody knows the true origin of the Universe Boat. It has existed since before the First and Second eras. Its outer periphery alone has such an extreme environment that even great Universe Masters are instantly killed, and the inner region faces a completely different scale of destruction. It continuously absorbs chaos energy from its surroundings, which is why it is also called the Cosmic Vessel." Looking at it, Luo highly praises the magnificence of the Universe Boat. And after a short while, Lord Void Gold arrives there alongside Ice Peak Master. Void Gold is like a younger brother to the Chaos City Lord, and seeing him, Luo greets him with deep respect. Lord Void Gold says, "Luo, ever since you gave the map to the Hong Alliance, many cultivators have been eager to explore this place. I have also seen this region, and I want to give you the same advice I give to everyone. Exploring the Universe Boat is no easy task. At every single step, you will face a rain of hidden dangers. If you relax even for a single moment, you lose your life. So whenever you go inside, always remain extremely cautious." Luo thanks him, takes his leave, and enters the Universe Boat for the very first time. Inside, planets covered with giant ice crystals appear before him, and Babata continuously alerts Luo about the upcoming hazard. Babata says, "Luo, these are just very minor dangers on your path." Hearing this, Luo activates his flame sand cup and completely destroys those giant ice crystal planets in the blink of an eye. Advancing further, Luo reaches one of the most perilous regions here, known as the Godsbane Stream. In that stream, massive asteroids were flowing downward at extreme speed. The moment Luo leaps into it, a terrifying cultivator named Yin Tuo spots him. Yin Tuo belongs to the ancestral god sect of the first reincarnation era. He watches him and says, "Interesting human." He is exploring the Godsbane Stream, and that too all alone. Yin Tuo is a special life form who cultivates the beast god path, and one of his clones, a lava demon god, hurls a massive asteroid directly at Luo, which was rushing through the stream, about to crash straight into him. But our hero is second to none. He completely suppresses that entire asteroid using his golden kingdom and slices it right through. Seeing this, Universe Master Yin Tuo steps forward with a sinister laugh and tells Luo, "Hand over your silver wings, or else I will not leave you alive." Looking at Yin Tuo, though, Babata had already revealed his entire background and secrets to Luo, warning him that this guy belongs to the First Era's ancestral god sect and fears absolutely no one except the universe's strongest. Luo gives him a flat refusal, wishful thinking. Enraged, Yin Tuo transforms into his massive beast form and launches another giant asteroid attack at Luo. At the same time, a tremendous wind begins to blow in the surroundings, creating a terrifying whirlpool. Its pressure is so immense that anyone caught inside would have their bones crushed instantly. Now Luo was facing a double threat, the sinister Yin Tuo on one side and the violent whirlpool on the other. Yin Tuo sneers, "Where will you run now? I am completely familiar with the energy of this whirlpool, but you are going to be burned to ashes inside it." He hurls yet another giant asteroid at Luo and attacks him using his domain. However, Luo also lifts an asteroid and throws it right back at Yin Tuo, causing a collision that unleashes total destruction across the battlefield. Luo realizes that this opponent has also pursued the exact same cultivation he did at the ancestral god sect, meaning the beast god path, and this showdown is not going to be easy. On one side, Yin Tuo was unleashing his absolute maximum power, while on the other side, Luo was using everything he had to defend against the onslaught. A pivotal moment arrives when Luo strikes Yin Tuo with his moonblade, sending him crashing backward, but Luo gives him absolutely no room to regain control. Now completely enraged, Yin Tuo begins executing his ultimate divine ability, yet nothing seems to work against Luo. Meanwhile, Luo thinks to himself, "I am deliberately suppressing the full strength of my Golden Kingdom because exposing it could attract even more powerful cultivators to this spot. And if their eyes fall upon my Slayer Wu wings, their greed will completely take over." Friends, if you remember, these silver wings are named Slayer Wu, whose very own weapon spirit was born in the previous episode. Yin Tuo secretly plots to somehow push Luo toward the center of the nearby magma pool to trigger its annihilation cyclone, ensuring Luo cannot survive. He thinks, since my body size is massive, I can easily escape from it, but Luo will be completely finished. The moment Luo draws close to the magma pool, Yin Tuo begins forcing him forward with his raw beast power, but Luo delivers a sharp warning. "Yin Tuo, I know exactly what your sinister plan is. You want to push me into the center of the magma pool to trigger the annihilation cyclone." Hearing this completely shocks Yin Tuo, because it should have been impossible for Luo to possess this classified information, especially when there was no mention of it even in the original universe. However, Babata proudly flexes that Senior J Fanzi's map is truly extraordinary, revealing to us, the audience, exactly where Luo got this crucial intel. With that knowledge, Luo swiftly backs away from the magma pool in the very next second. But suddenly, two more villains from the Divine Eye clan arrive on the scene. One of them instantly launches 3 massive arrows directly at Luo, which Luo agilely dodges in the nick of time. Yin Tuo laughs out loud watching this unfold, while Luo thinks to himself, "What luck! Today is my very first day entering the Universe Boat, and I am already surrounded by 3 Universe Master level enemies." Out of this entire vast Universe Boat, did the 3 of them really have to choose this exact spot? And right then, the true faces of those 2 enemy cultivators are finally revealed to us, leaving everyone completely blown away, because the one standing on the left side is no ordinary master, but the most dangerous and deadly female cultivator of the Divine Eye clan, Wuhan Master. And standing right beside her is the ultimate archer, Jian He Master. Along with this, Wuhan Lord activates her water domain, spreading a terrifying flood everywhere, and Luo's sand cup domain gets suppressed, which Luo takes back to himself. Babata immediately tells Luo that Wuhan Lord is equal in power to our teacher, Chaos City Lord. And while we have mastered 2 Beast God paths, she has mastered all 5 Beast God paths. Luo, you must deal with her very carefully. And here, Luo was thinking that I cannot even escape from here to another place, because every spot here has its own unique dangers. At that very moment, Arrow Lord says to Yin Tuo that you are a well-known strong cultivator of the ancestral god sect from the first reincarnation era, yet you face so much trouble fighting this ordinary human cultivator. This does not make sense. Saying this, Arrow Lord literally grabs Yin Tuo by his tail, throws him aside, and says that you have ruined your name, and you should die of shame. Yintuo says to watch out, Arrow Lord. I know you belong to a stronger clan than me, but this fight might cost you heavily and you might leave empty-handed. Arrow Lord says in a harsh voice that we are not useless like you. Arrow Lord immediately says to Luo in a dominant tone that hand over your silver wings quietly to me, then I will spare your life, otherwise get ready for your death, human. Our hero was also no less. Luo says such big words. Saying this much, Arrow Lord fires his divine arrow at Luo, which Luo blocks with great difficulty. Wuhun Lord immediately says why big words, then die. Saying this, she also makes the next attack, in which she creates a massive spiritual hand and tries to trap Luo. Friends, this hand is billions of kilometers big, causing huge asteroids there to explode like gunpowder. Luo says now the game begins, and as soon as Wuhun Lord traps Luo in her fist, Luo activates his Golden Kingdom power, because of which golden light rays break out from that spiritual hand, and both of them get shocked that this human is not ordinary. So friends, now Wuhun Lord plays her most deadly move and activates her personal domain, 5 Chaos Sector. That giant eye opens in the sky, and under the effect of this technique, the entire space turns into an absolute emptiness. But Luo immediately activates his Golden Kingdom again, making his surrounding space completely golden. But Wuhun Lord increases the power of her technique even more, and also breaks Luo's golden circle shield with that spiritual hand. Seeing this, all three became full of pride, but Luo played his ultimate card. He used his technique, I am the universe, and as Luo keeps expanding it, it begins to dominate Wuhun Lord's domain. And all three cannot believe that Luo has such a strong technique. But Wuhun Lord had also made this fight a matter of pride. She also said that I saw the Shiwu wings first, but your teacher, Chaos City Lord, snatched it away. Friends, this means Chaos City Lord gave these wings to Luo, and now we know how it was brought. As full force is applied from both sides, we get to see a terrifying sight. The lava demon god there had woken up and he says that you people have destroyed all the peace here and forced me to use my powers. Now all four, including Luo, come to their senses and everyone starts running away to escape from the lava demon god. But the body of the lava demon god is terrifyingly huge, so that 1 billion kilometers can fit into his single claw. From above, when Luo sees that everyone is planning to escape, Luo plays his real plan and traps everyone right there with his Golden Kingdom and 9 Tiger River domain. Because of this, everyone starts insulting Luo that you want to push everyone into the mouth of death along with yourself. And Luo said absolutely not, this is just your end, and the domain treasure you brought with you will also leave your hands with your death. Yintuo says, you shameless human, I had even stopped fighting you, so what is the meaning of this now? That Luo listens to no one, he traps everyone as if he is the boss there. Although Luo's powers were very less against the lava god's attack, but there is a saying, whatever you do with confidence, victory will be yours. Here, Yintuo started regretting that I lost my mind to stay here just to watch their mutual fight. Now this crazy Luo will drown everyone with him. Wuhun Lord screams in anger and says that I will erase all signs of your clones too. And Luo says you can fulfill this wish as well, because fighting you will only improve my cultivation, and I will have to hunt people like you to become a true god. Wuhun Lord was shaking heavily with rage, but nothing was working against the fury of the lava god. And on the other side, Luo had trapped everyone inside his micro-universe, so there was no question of escaping. At one point, Luo's resistance increases so much that Yintuo gets caught by the lava god, and the lava god crushes him under his feet. Wuhun Lord and Arrow Lord were getting crushed between these two powers like flour in a grinder. Seeing their lives in danger, Wuhun Lord finally summons her palace treasure, because now they understood that the lava god is planning to throw everyone into the biggest danger there, which is the magma whirlpool. Luo, also planning ahead, brings down his best trump card. Friends, do not go by its look. This is nothing else but the Star Tower, which Luo has disguised into a pyramid using the blood pearl so that no one finds out about the Star Tower. And you all already know, Star Tower is such a palace treasure for which danger of any level is ordinary. Luo easily rides inside it and crosses that deadly danger of the magma whirlpool with Babata. Here, the lives of Wuhun Lord and Arrow Lord were at stake due to the terrifying pressure waves of the magma whirlpool. Even though Wuhun Lord's palace treasure was so strong, it was flying like a dry leaf in the magma pool. To keep it stable, now both Wuhun Lord and Arrow Lord put in their absolute best efforts. Arrow Lord says, Wuhun Lord, how much more time will it take to get out of this? So Wuhun Lord says that we have covered very less distance yet, and a very long and difficult journey is still left. Arrow Lord said, Wuhun Lord, I do not even have any clone. If I die here, then the game is over for me. Hearing this, Wuhun Lord loses her patience and says, why are you talking like kids? I have put everything at stake here. I will not die here, and I will not spare that Luo either. Friends, the suffering from the whirlpool's pressure and anger for Luo can be clearly seen on Wuhun Lord's face, and the fear of death on Arrow Lord's face. This sight goosebumps the audience. In the next scene, at a completely quiet place, facing the harsh hits of the situation, we see Yintuo half dead. His life is saved, but 90% of his divine body is destroyed, and he was cursing Luo while groaning in pain. Even in such a critical condition, Yintuo's clever mind thinks that a weak human cultivator brought down the strongest Wuhun Lord and Arrow Lord of the great Divine Eye clan. When I shout and tell this story to the whole world, your respect will be completely ruined. Due to the amazing powers of his star tower, Luo flies and teleports to a place called the Flame Water Lake. The air pressure there and the boiling clouds and lightning around would make anyone's soul shiver. And suddenly a purple light gathers in the sky, and a moon was formed out of it, in front of which stood a cultivator of the Purple Moon Holy Land, one of the two strongest clans of the Universe Sea, Fenglong Lord. Babata immediately brings out his details and says that the strength of the Purple Moon people can be understood by the moon formed behind them, and the kind of moon Fenglong Lord has behind him, his bloodline is completely pure, and he can also be as strong as Wuhun Lord or even stronger in terms of strength. Fenglong Lord says, human, to which Luo greeted and said, Fenglong Lord, I was just passing through here and I have no intention to disturb you in any way, I am just leaving from here. But Fenglong Lord's gaze also falls on Luo's Shiwu wings. Friends, let me clear your confusion, the name of Luo's silver wings is Shiwu wings. So Fenglong Lord said, I have heard your silver wings are amazing. Look at that. One trouble did not pass, and immediately another greedy eye fell on the Shiwu wings. Both were testing each other through their eyes, but Luo's size looked very small in front of Fenglong Lord. Anyway, Babata gives a shock to that Nikal-san AI, and says one trouble ends, and another stands right in front of us. Now Luo and Fenglong Lord look closely into each other's eyes when suddenly Fenglong Lord starts laughing out loud. He says there is no need to be so scared. The universe boat is full of treasures, and I do not care about your treasures. This is our Purple Moon Holy Land, so it is better if you leave this place. Without wasting any time, Luo said, absolutely, I am leaving right now. And immediately Luo runs away from there. In the next scene, we see 5 Chaos Master and Arrow Lord who are still fighting between life and death inside that terrifying magma pool. Faced with the destruction of the magma pool, Arrow Lord starts to feel completely helpless, but 5 Chaos tells him to stay calm. Arrow Lord gave his everything until his last breath, but you can imagine the terrifying power of this magma pool yourself. Due to the extreme pressure of this swamp, the palace treasure of 5 Chaos Master gives up and its protection layer shatters completely. The moment 5 Chaos Master realizes that her protection is broken, she instantly transforms into her most dangerous form, which is called the 5 Beast form. This form really had amazing power with 5 heads, 6 wings and 9 tails. Along with this, she wears her finest true treasure, the Extermination Godly Armor. Friends 5 Chaos activated this armor to create an unbreakable shield that saved her from that boiling magma. Somehow she tried to pull Arrow Lord out of this deadly trap and brought him outside. But unfortunately, when 5 Chaos said to Arrow Lord, look, we have crossed the magma pool, Arrow Lord was no longer alive in this world to hear her voice. Arrow Lord did not have an amazing armor like 5 Chaos, because of which he could not save his life even after coming out, and he ended up completely helpless right there. Since Arrow Lord did not even have any clone, it clearly meant that his game was over forever. As soon as he died, all his treasures scattered on the ground. Seeing this terrifying sight, 5 Chaos Master goes completely mad with rage. Trembling with anger, she says that in the entire history, no member of the Divine Eye clan has ever been killed by an alien race. Today, Arrow Lord died because of Luo, and I will take revenge for this at any cost. And she starts screaming loudly in extreme anger. On the other side, Pankyo Master comes to Fenglong, and gives him a very shocking news. Panke says, I heard that the human cultivator Luo came to your area. Feng Long said with great pride, yes, he did come, but I threatened him and chased him away. On this, Panke made a big revelation and said, do you know that Luo is the same guy who gave Yintuo such a crushing defeat that he went straight to the Well of Death? And not only this, he also forced Arrow Lord and 5 Chaos Master to go through the magma pool with him. Hearing this, Feng Long falls into deep thought and says, but he did not seem that strong to me then, how did he do all this? On this, Panke caught a major point and said, you noticed absolutely right. Luo himself is not that strong, but the wings treasure he has belongs to the ancient era. It is such an amazing treasure that in front of it all other elemental treasures are completely useless. Right now Luo is in your territory, so why don't we go and snatch those wings from him? Without wasting any time, Feng Long Lord immediately says, let us go then. We cannot let such a golden opportunity slip away. And both start chasing Luo very fast. Luo soon finds out that Feng Long and Panke Master are chasing him. Then Babata says in irritation, what a strange mess this is. Just now he proudly said that I have nothing to do with your treasures, and now why is he chasing us? Luo smiled a little and said maybe he found out the real power of the Shiwu wings. That is why greed must have taken over his heart. As soon as Feng Long saw Luo, he threatened him in his loud voice and said, Luo, a cheap cultivator like you cannot handle the real power of the wings treasure you have. Therefore it is better that you give it to me, in exchange for which I am ready to give you 3 pinnacle level treasures. Babata gets scared hearing this, but Luo gives her courage and says, do not worry Babata. They cannot teleport in this freezing wind zone, and I will not let them come near me. Luo activates the power of his Golden Kingdom to push both of them away from himself and maintains a distance. Feng Long said in anger again, you cannot run away anywhere from here, Luo. The secret of your wings has now spread throughout the entire universe ocean. Now big universe masters will come after you, then how will you save these wings from them? It is better for you to hand it over to me. And just then Panke Master says from behind, you are still in our territory, Luo, and even your Hugax cannot save you from here. But our Luo is also no less than anyone. He directly challenges them and says, instead of talking so much, if both of you have the strength, then show me by stealing my treasures yourself. And saying this, he increases the power of his Golden Kingdom even more so that their distance is maintained. Just then 5 Chaos Master arrives there, burning with rage. As soon as Luo saw her, he says in surprise, oh, so you escaped alive from that terrifying magma pool. Luo tries to leave from there immediately, but 5 Chaos had now made Luo her sworn enemy. That is why, without wasting time, she activates her blade domain. Seeing this, Feng Long recognizes her and says this is 5 Chaos alone. It means Arrow Lord is truly dead. 5 Chaos also sees Feng Long there and says to him through teleportation, maybe both of you could not harm this Luo either, so why don't we all join hands to finish him off first? And we will decide about his treasures later. Now all the thieves become birds of a feather and together start attacking Luo. Luo laughed and said 3 universe masters from 2 great clans are attacking together just to kill a small cosmic lord like me. This is the biggest honor for us. Friends, as soon as those 3 try to come near Luo, the Shiwu wings show their real magic. Seeing the terrifying speed of his wings, their eyes are left wide open in complete shock. At this crucial moment, an emergency meeting of the Hong Alliance was going on here, where there was discussion about Luo's name everywhere. Everyone was talking about how Luo alone has picked a fight with the Universe Masters of the Divine Eye Clan and Yintuo in the God-destroying mountain stream. Everyone was shocked by this fearless act of Luo, and no one could believe that Luo is fighting 3 Universe Masters all by himself. Just then Luo arrives after teleporting into the virtual world. As soon as he greets everyone, Chaos City Lord asks in surprise, Luo, are you really fighting those 3 Universe Masters? Luo bowed his head and said, yes teacher, this is absolutely true. It was just my good luck that I escaped safely even after going into that magma pool. Arrow Lord has been killed, and right now I am facing 5 Chaos along with Feng Long and Panke Master of the Purple Moon Holy Land. Hearing this, Sulcy Lord immediately stood up to save Luo, but Luo stopped him and said, I am in such a deep and distant distant area right now that you cannot reach there so quickly even if you want to. Therefore it is better that no one follows me, and it is possible that I might have to lose my original body in this fight, but I promise that I will take this 5 Chaos Master down with me." Hearing this, the face of his teacher Chaos City Lord falls completely. Luo takes permission from everyone and leaves from there, and all the other members of the Han Alliance are left staring in disbelief, wondering what kind of material this Luo is made of. Despite being surrounded by enemies here, Luo had already made 5 Chaos his target. He directly starts moving towards the most dangerous and deadly area of the universe, both the 12 Abysses. 5 Chaos also activates her extermination godly armor in anger and changes into her 5 beast form. When Fenglong and Pancake see Luo moving towards such destruction from a distance, they are completely shocked. They say, has he lost his mind, that he is intentionally entering the mouth of death? 5 Chaos screamed and said, "Luo, do you even know what is ahead?" Luo says with great swag, "Absolutely, I know. Ahead is a dead end, the 12 Abysses." 5 Chaos said again, "Then you must also know that only a true god can come back alive from this." Luo replied, "I know very well that in terms of powers I cannot match you, and exactly that is why I have dragged you into this swamp." And friends, right then such an amazing twist happens that shakes everyone. Luo activates his I am the universe technique and drags 5 Chaos Master with him, throwing her inside the 9th abyss of the 12 Abysses. 5 Chaos was screaming no, but her tricks do not work against the powerful grip of Luo. Pulled by that terrifying power, she keeps flowing into the depths of that 9th abyss along with Luo. All this was being watched by Fenglong and Panke standing far away, and they could not believe their eyes that Luo is so crazy. Fenglong even goes on to say that chasing Luo was the biggest mistake of our life. It is good that 5 Chaos became his victim, otherwise, instead of her, both of whom would have been killed here today. Now the gravity and pressure inside this 9th abyss was so terrifying that Luo was struggling despite being inside the Star Tower. Babata asks him, "Worry Luo, was this really your plan?" Burning in the fire of revenge, 5 Chaos says, in this deadly grip, "I admit it, Luo, you are a worthy opponent. Today the strongest forms of both of us will be buried here. I know that this godly armor of mine will also be lost from my hands, but you will also not have these wings of yours left, and neither will this palace treasure of yours remain. Today I will wipe out your existence." But Luo tells her with full swag, "When we meet again, you will see that I will be far stronger than you." In the meantime, Luo receives an emergency mail from teacher Chaos City Lord, which said, "Luo, where are you right now? Reply immediately." Luo sends a reply, "I have jumped into the 9th abyss, taking 5 Chaos with me. Perhaps I might have to sacrifice this body of mine here, therefore do not send anyone for my rescue." Babata gets very worried reading this as to why Luo sent a message like final words. Then Luo says a very amazing thing. Babata 1 and 5 Chaos have fallen into the 9th abyss. When everyone gets to know this news, many universe masters will try to come after us here. I do not want to put any member of my alliance in such trouble. Whatever happens will be seen now. As both of them are going into the deeper core of this abyss due to the terrifying pressure there, finally, that Peacock Feather's armor of 5 Chaos shatters and scatters completely, and she also loses her 5 beast form. Seeing her end, Luo looks at her with great swag on his face and says one last time, "Go in peace." And friends, this is the biggest turning point of this entire series. Look what a jackpot Luo got here while dying a black token. Yes friends, this black token was not there from before, but it scattered from the treasure of 5 Chaos as soon as she died. This token is thousands of times more valuable than the cyan token of Jifanzi and the rest of the silver tokens, because of which in the future Luo will get so many treasures that there will be no limit. Along with this, that extermination godly armor of 5 Chaos also scatters completely, which will fall into the hands of our Luo in the future, and he will merge it with his Shiwu wings to become a top level warrior. Cut to next scene, we see Hugax and Chaos City Lord in the virtual world, who are mourning this sacrifice of Luo. But Hugax does not give up there. He decides in anger that he will not let the treasures of Luo fall into the hands of enemies and will bring them back. We are shown the Grand Palace of the Divine Eye clan, where 5 Chaos Master returns in a heavily damaged and weak state after losing her combat body. And here, for the very first time, we see the grand entry of the first true master of the Divine Eye clan, who is considered one of the strongest greatest true gods in the entire universe see, my friends. Seeing him brings some relief to 5 Chaos Master, and she explains that First Master, my main combat body has been completely destroyed in the 9 abysses. This is the work of the rising human cultivator Luo Feng, who tricked me and dragged me down into the 9 abysses with him. He died himself, but he took me down along with him. I made a massive mistake by underestimating his capabilities. When the First Master asks about her treasures, she explains that while all ordinary treasures must have been destroyed under that insane pressure, the extremity godly armor and the black token should definitely be safe. And one more extremely valuable treasure must have survived there, which is the mysterious set of wings belonging to Luo Feng known as the Shiwu wings. Hearing this, the First Master says that in order to retrieve these 2 top treasures, it is absolutely necessary for our true masters to pay a personal visit to that place. On the other side, Luo Feng is still falling deeper and deeper into the endless depths of the 9 abysses. Due to the extreme pressure and violent waves of fire inside the abyss, Babata and Ataka inside the Star Tower were thrown from one corner to another as if a small boat was tossing violently in a stormy ocean. Luo Feng wonders for how many days he has been falling down here, but this place just does not seem to end. The external pressure was so terrifying that even the thick walls of the Star Tower were vibrating violently. But suddenly, after a certain point, the pressure drops and both the AI assistants fall flat on their faces. Luo Feng immediately activates his Golden Kingdom, and now he is finally able to control the direction of the Star Tower. Just then, as they move forward, the walls of the Star Tower begin to freeze completely, seeing which Luo Feng asks Babata to scan for the dangers of this area. But the surprising part was that despite Luo Feng having such a detailed map of the universe boat, there was absolutely no information available about this secret area of the 9 abysses. Moving further ahead, the Star Tower passes right through a terrifying flame tornado where the insane pressure could turn any ordinary universe master into ashes within the blink of an eye. Luo Feng tries to use his Golden Kingdom again, but the range of the Golden Kingdom was highly restricted here, only expanding as far as his eyes could see. This meant that now Luo Feng had to rely strictly on what was visible right in front of him. Just then, amidst a violent flame tornado, Luo Feng notices some dark black fragments. Luo Feng immediately realizes that if something can withstand this destructive pressure, it cannot be an ordinary object. Luo Feng moves closer towards it and uses his spiritual arm to pull that object inside the tower. As soon as Babata examines it inside the tower, she says in shock that these are the scales of the extremity godly armor and they are incredibly heavy. My friends, the situation was such that Babata could not even lift a single scale because these scales are extremely dense. Babata mentions that although this is not a supreme treasure, it is an incredibly valuable treasure just one tier below it. Luo Feng says that if we found 3 scales here, then there must be more scales hidden in this nearby area. And then what, my friends, all 3 of them start their intense scales hunting mission. Wherever Luo Feng spots black patches, he uses his spiritual arm to collect them one by one. The moment Luo Feng finds the black token of 5 Chaos Master dropped in the 9 abysses, the 5 Chaos Master sitting back in her palace gets a massive shock. She immediately senses that her connection with her black token and the armor scales has been broken forever. Realizing this, all her arrogance shatters and her face turns completely pale. And right then, for the first time, we are shown a close-up of the true form of the first true master of the Eye Clan, whose face has multiple eyes arranged in a line looking absolutely terrifying. He states that perhaps some other supreme being has reached there before us, and we cannot afford to lose such important treasures of our clan at any cost. Meanwhile, our hero slowly starts raining scales inside the Star Tower, which sometimes fall right on the head of Babata standing inside. Arrow King Babata, Ataka and Luo Feng continue to hunt for scales for many days. The quantity of the scales was so massive that several mountains of scales began to form inside the Star Tower. Luo Feng wonders how strange it is that despite collecting thousands of scales, no part of the armor is forming yet, and how many scales are actually out there. On the other side, near the entrance of the 9 abysses, the 2nd and 3rd true masters of the Divine Eye Clan finally arrive. They arrogantly declare that whoever dares to touch the treasures of the Divine Eye Clan will be buried right here. Saying this, both of them leap straight into the depths of the 9 abysses. But watch the ultimate twist, my friends, right behind them, tearing through the space fabric with his supreme axe. The ultimate pillar of the human alliance and the strongest warrior of the original universe, Huge Axe makes his grand entry, and he also leaps into the 9 abysses without any fear. Finally, after collecting more than 6 million scales, the armor begins to assemble itself. Checking it with her hands, Babata reveals that its real name is the Crazy Demon Extremity Godly Armor, which requires a total of 8.9 million scales to complete. This armor not only provides top-tier physical protection but also shields the user from soul attacks. Its scales are highly effective in long-range attacks, while its claws are designed for close-range combat. However, Babata also warns him that when its crazy demon mode is activated, the wearer blindly eliminates whoever stands in front of them as a madness for killing takes over the mind. Hearing this, Luo Feng says that no, I will not use it for long-range attacks because in a battle I always prefer to work with proper logic and full consciousness. Regardless, we can make great use of its close-range ability and soul protection. While Luo Feng was collecting the remaining scales at a very rapid pace, 5 Chaos Master was losing the bond energy of her armor just as fast. On the third side, the true masters of the Divine Eye Clan and Huge Axe were moving deeper into the 9 abysses towards our hero Luo Feng. Now only 2 scales were needed to complete the armor, but despite searching for several days, Luo Feng was unable to find those last 2 scales. On top of that, there was a constant threat that a powerful Universe Master could arrive at any moment. While Luo Feng was lost in these thoughts, he suddenly receives a call from his teacher sitting mountain guest. He asks, "Where are you?" and Luo Feng replies that I am trapped inside the 9 abysses. The teacher then tells him that you cannot escape from there on your own, so I am coming there myself. Send me your coordinates. Hearing this, Luo Feng is overjoyed. When teacher sitting mountain guest arrives there, Luo Feng greets him and explains about the last 2 scales, stating that I can sense their energy signature but I just cannot locate where they are hidden. The teacher smiles and says, "Leave this to me." He scans the entire area using his powerful divine senses, and the complete layout of the place appears right before his eyes. My friend, seeing these extraordinary powers of teacher sitting mountain guest makes us realize that this man holds a very deep secret. Well, you do not have to worry at all, brothers, because no matter how deep the secrets are, your brother will definitely decode them for you. Moving back to the story, the teacher opens a teleportation portal for Luo Feng and sends him exactly to the spot where those last 2 scales were buried deep inside an icy sea. Luo Feng goes straight there and pulls them out with his spiritual arm, and the moment those scales fit in, that rare treasure is fully restored to its complete form. The teacher notices that it bears many deep wounds from ancient battles, so he keeps it with himself to repair it. After this, he tells Luo Feng to come with him to explore this place because many secrets of an ancient civilization are buried here which will completely change your perspective of looking at this entire universe forever. Taking Luo Feng along with him, the teacher lands at a very mysterious spot where the grand and massive gate of the 9th Abyss Palace stood. Luo Feng notices that diagrams of the universe boat are carved all over the walls. This meant that this is the exact same civilization that built this massive cosmic vessel known as the universe boat. Luo Feng realizes that a civilization capable of creating something as grand as the universe boat must have been many times more powerful than any civilization in the current original universe. The teacher says that time changes everything. Luo Feng, the universe boat you speak of, is nothing but a ruin today, and the existence of this civilization also ended many eras ago. But just then, looking closely at those ancient stone carvings completely blows Luo Feng away because those drawings clearly depicted humans. And on this massive cliffhanger, our universe boat exploration arc ends right here. So friends, what is the real secret behind this ancient civilization, and why did the teacher bring Luo Feng to this exact spot? What will be the reaction of the true masters of the Divine Eye Clan when they find neither the black token nor the armor? And the biggest question of all, will Huge Axe be able to stop those 2 monsters of the Divine Eye Clan outside without his armor, or is he about to fall into a massive trap himself? To know all of this, do not forget to watch the next thrilling episode. Friends, if you love watching accurate and crisp explanations like this, then do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. See you in the next video to uncover all these secrets. Until then, take care of yourselves